Now I'm a dad, life has changed somewhat, and I'm also seeing a humongous crossover between soldering skills and parenting. If you're looking to get out into the outdoors this season with your little ones, this is a video for you. Equally, if you are someone who has spent vast amounts of time in the outdoors, there might just be some nuggets of gold in this video today that you could glean out of it as well. Let's get into it. As always, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? Just give it a press for me. So the very first thing we're going to need to think about in our need for speed, things that release quickly. Things that allow you to get going as quick as possible. Now, the first thing I'm thinking about when I get into the woods, especially on any kind of overcast day here in the UK, is getting some kind of shelter up. Whether it's a tarpaulin, whatever shape, size it is, it's got to go up, and it's got to go up fast. As this is my lightweight pack, it's going to be my ticket to the moon tarp. Straight away, there's two options that come to mind. One, learn how to make a quick release knot. Two, just use bungees. As Royal Marine Commando, we pretty much just use bungees wrapped around a tree, back on itself, lightning fast to set up, lightning fast to take down. So this is a really quick way to set up a tarpaulin. People need to get out of the weather, whatever the reason is, it's got to go up fast. I'm going over the top, so I'm going left to right. I'm right-handed, so the knot is transferring from my left hand to my right hand. All I'm going to do then is pull that nice and tight. My finger's going to come underneath here. I'm going to go under and over, and then I'm going to bring that finger to the top. And as I pull this index finger out, this tail that's left on my hand is going to go through there like that. Okay, and that pretty much is the event knot. It's as simple as that. I could go and put a small toggle in there. That'll do, adequate size stick, and I'm just going to pop that in there and pull down. Ta-da! The tarpaulin is up, or the main ridge of the tarpaulin is up. Another time-saving tip: if I've pre-tied my pegs to the bottom, it just means if I'm doing a really low pitch tarp, that they will just go and push straight into the floor. Just by having three sides up, I'm already out of the wind, the rain, and the worst of it with my kit underneath. Simple. I could then hang a hammock underneath there. Okay, so I talked about this being quick release. To get away, all I need to do is pull the toggle out, pull down on the string, okay, and I'm gone. And that is breaking down already. To make this even faster, I could just use a bungee. Okay, and that's literally going to go over the back and then back onto itself. It's that simple. I just clip this up on here, boom, done. I've got tension and it's up. No knots, no mess. Now, upon closer inspection, some of you may also notice I do have a spare pack of backup tent pegs here, okay, in a little lightweight bag. They're aluminium, they don't take up much space. Some pre-cut to a sensible length, ready-made cordage if I wanted to do the whole run a ridge line underneath. Now moving on to actually setting up a hammock. I've chosen to store carabiners on these straps. And it just means they're quick and easy to get to, as they'll be one of the first things that I'll need to take off and pop in my pocket. I can save even more time by pre-packing the hammock. There is in fact already a carabiner all good to go. So you can store them here, or a step further is have them already good to go. This is a silk double two-person parachute, okay? So what I've done is I've got it out of the bag, and it really wants to be on my person and up away from that cold winter forest floor. As you can see, I've got both carabiner clips here good to go. What these are basically a seatbelt strap type material with a loop in either end, and through one of the loops I have already threaded some paracord. Now, this paracord has been pre-prepared with nothing clever, nothing more than a granny knot, two pieces tied side by side, okay? So it's one single piece all the way through, or two pieces, sorry, tied through, and then all I've done is at 4-inch intervals you've got a knot. So every 4 inches there's another knot and another knot, etc. Now what this gives me is options. This enables me to do it in low light conditions. As I said, it's all about speed. So I can just quickly whip the strap around said tree, put this end through the other side, connect the two together, carabiner goes in, and that's one end of our hammock already up. Tree strap's going to go over the tree. What this does is it protects the tree. Okay, now I'm just going to basically open one of these loops, pre-thread one of these pieces through here, like so. That's just going to come through nice and easy. Okay, and that's how that works. And then all I do is swing this under. So once I've got the tree strap around there, okay guys, I'm just going to pop that one through the other loop, so they're both held now around the tree. I'm going to come down here to where I want my hammock to be starting, but I just want to open up these two little loops next to each other, like so, and then all I do is just hook my carabiner in here, like so, and that is one end of my hammock under cover. So now I can start to release this, let it start to come out here until I get to the other side, where you've guessed it, I'm going to put my other tree strap around here and just hook that on as well. Okay, and that should end up looking something like this. Okay, so tree strap is around there, that's on there. Any water that builds up on the strap will go down onto the string and then just run off of the string. I'm ready to jump in. So now that we have something set up, the next thing I want to talk to you about is your sleep system. Regardless of what type of sleeping bag you've decided to go for, the rules are pretty much going to be the same. I've opted not to go for a compression sack separately to my sleeping bag and then to have my bivvy bag. What I've actually done is just put one inside the other, already good to go, sat on this and vacuum packed it down and then squeezed out that last of the air. Okay, and so what I've actually got is my sleeping bag already inside my bivvy bag, good to go. Right, that's going to carry on inflating, and while I'm doing that, pick this bad boy up and pop it in there. Okay, now my sleep system is in there at my inconvenience. I can either carry on inflating this self-inflating mat, which only gets so far. I've got my bivvy bag, my completely waterproof bivvy bag inside my sleeping bag inside my bivvy bag, good to go. Okay, so the canoe bag trick, where you put everything inside, sit on a chair on the canoe bag, get all the air out of it, then just do it up. Another fantastic little time saver is when you are in there and you need to get up and go for a wee, rather than having to do the whole hammock dance. I'm now at that point in life where I'm opting for 48 ounce wide mouth option. Yeah, you've guessed it guys, without being too crude, it's a pee bottle. Having that kept at the ready inside a small stuff sack, either through one of these clips here, I can then deploy and use that from within my sleeping bag as needed. On that pee bottle note, if there are any ladies out there that have the solution to the issue that is ladies must remain seated for the entire performance, then please let us know in the box below. One of the ideas I've heard bandied around for ladies in the past is a shiwi. This is a product which is used at festivals and things like that, where you can't get to a toilet, and enables a female to wee in a standing up position. It is a well-known fact that when it comes to cooking, okay, the gas is a fast, easy and aggressive way, okay, to heat water, to cook with, or whatever it is you want to do. But it might be that you're going to be taking little ones out into the outdoors for the very first time, and you want them to have the magic, or experience the magic of having a campfire. Now, if you've got the place, the permission, everything's all set up, good to go for you to go out into the woods and make a fire, take a fib pack with you. Fib, fire in a bag, right? Fire in bag. If what I've just said is complete gobbledygook, make sure you head over and watch our videos on fire making. It explains the different fire lays, the how, the why. All this stuff's already been covered on this channel, guys. Make sure after you watch this video, you search around and have a little look and glean out all those nuggets of information that we've put on here for you. So I'm just going to collect some dry standing timber. Everything else is in the bag and good to go. Find a little spot suitable and make my small raft, which gives me that little bit of insulation from that cold forest floor. That pretty much is going to be the kind of center of our fire here. The wind is running behind me and away, so I'm expecting that smoke to be going in this direction. Now what I've got in this bag, in addition to feather sticks, if I'm not confident on a cold day that these feather sticks will quite do the business, even though they've come from home, okay, and then I've got some tinder in here as well, which is just some more broken down timber in small sizes. I have, in addition, bought myself a very nice, great big piece of fat wood. Okay, I am going to make an upcoming video on how to find your own fat wood, but of course you can go online and it's relatively cheap nowadays to buy a stick of fat wood. What is fat wood? Fat wood is resin impregnated wood, okay, usually from a coniferous tree. Often smells rather fantastic, and all we would do with this is just shave off some small amounts of this, light it with the lighter, and then place our feather sticks on top, and then our kindling in a crisscross fashion, and boom, you've got a fire on, good to go. So all I've done there is shave off with my knife, shave off some little curls, and they should light fairly quickly. I'm just placing on my feather sticks, and then in a crisscross fashion, as quickly as possible, I want to be putting on my softwood or my timber or whatever it is I'm using to start my fire. And there you go guys, it's as simple as that. You're going to need a nice tidy sized water bottle to be able to put this out. This brings me on to another time-saving tip. If you're going to use the fire to cook on, fantastic. If you're going to use the gas to cook on, fantastic option too. There's actually an even easier option altogether, and that is, if you have another water bottle which you could be carrying your water in, and you know how to source your water, you could in fact come out with either a single skin like this that I can boil water in, or a double skin, something like a thermos flask, with food already cooked inside it using the boiling water. Soups, stews, broths, things like that. So let's get on with putting the fire out nice and quick before we disappear. Make sure you really do give it a good dousing. If the fire's been going for a while, you may need to stab the ground and then pour more water in there. Then, in order to leave as little trace as possible, take the sticks that you have once they're cool and throw them and spread them out. So you leave as little fire scar as possible, and then all the usual rules apply to a fire, which is the ground that you've cleared before making a fire, you then cover over with your leaf matter, and there'll be no sign you ever had a fire there. When it comes to breaking down in a timely fashion and you need to be getting gone from where you've stayed the night before, all of your kind of personal admin items should be away and in the bottom of your pack, and then you're going to go get rid of your sleeping system, your hammock, and then the last thing that you'll collapse down is your shelter, and you're gone. Moving on to your sleeping bag. Now here is a top tip, saves a lot of time. Okay, so it's an outdoor fact that when you repeatedly fold your equipment away time and time again, you start to create crease lines and weaknesses in the material. So actually, the stuff and crush method not only is faster, but is kind of better overall on the overall wear of your equipment. It's much more even. So I grab the bivvy bag or sleeping bag by the tail and begin to twist. Once I've twisted it all up, I start to pack it into the stuff sack. That is in there and done. I then kneel on the stuff sack and get the worst of it out. If you've got to be gone quick, it's already going in your bag. That's pretty much good to go, and that's going to sit in the bottom of the bag. Next up is going to be the sleep system. On the sleep system is going to be the roll mat. Again, these roll mats are kind of cool because you can either let air in or let air out of them. It's just a case of roll it up as quick as you can, bend it in half, and you can hear that air escaping already, and I'm going to do that up tight. Then on goes the band, he says. If you've got time, goes back inside its stuff sack. If not, I've managed to put bungees on the front of my bag. Okay, and I can just bungee it on like that, so I know it's coming with me. The next thing it's going to need to break down is the hammock itself. So in reverse order to the way we did it, open up my carabiner gate and release the tree straps. Okay, it's one end. I'm going to come down here, collecting up my hammock so it hasn't touched the floor yet. Stick it over my shoulders, get that last gate, open that up and release that. I now have the hammock around my shoulders and it's already heading towards its stuff sack before I go and retrieve those tree straps. If you haven't got time for its own particular stuff sack, everything inside one canoe bag is always helpful. Hopefully the loop stays open. I'll just pull it out like that. One. Remember, at this point, little people are getting impatient, so it's always handy to be able to do this quick and easy. Going to push all the air out of it again and wrap it up for now, in case it starts raining, because the next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to take down this. So it's up to you. I tend to leave my bag open, as I don't think it takes up that much time, but if it does start raining as you're packing down, you're going to have to be wary that water will be getting into your bag. That is as simple as undoing one of those and then just undoing that. That's coming with you. Done. You can even tie your bungees to the tarp. Now obviously I don't use that method nowadays. You can just yank on the bottom here, and you know that that tent peg is coming with you. We can head over here and just undo this loop very quickly. So this is coming back with me. Done. Now we get to our quick release knot, and I'm just pulling the toggle out, okay, and I'm pulling down on the tail. The knot comes apart, and suddenly my tarpaulin is ready to be grabbed, stuffed and crushed, swizzled up so it's nice and tight, and then just stuffed inside that bag there. Get rid of your wee. Don't know what I've been drinking. Don't leave anything behind you. Guys, it's some sort of energy drink. There we go. And then you can fold these bottles up, which are kind of cool. That's what that little lace was for, was to hold it all together. Okay, and that's coming with us as well. I'm yet to see a tent peg pierce the tarpaulin yet. Anyone who's about to write that comment, that doesn't say it can't happen. I've even put the bungees in there, broken them down and shoved them in as well. Everything sits inside a canoe sack, gets pushed down, gets the air out of it, gets spun up and closed. Bag goes on my back and we're away. I've got a new bag coming, which I'm going to talk about in another separate video very, very soon. And it's not Helicon, and you'll have to wait to see what it is. So we're going to be doing a few more things this year. We're going to be doing a few more lives, a bit more Q&A. There's going to be a few trips. There's a winter challenge, which if you haven't seen the live I did the other day, I did my very first live, check that out. I'll make my announcement in there as to what I'm planning on doing in just a few days now. It's not long till the kickoff, so I'll be packing that bag and undertaking that challenge. I'm probably going to be away for about 6 or 7 days while I try and crack that distance. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.